Alright, so I'm here on the ore server. I'm on the scholar server because I don't have had the time or the courage to apply for builder or stuff. But I'm here to show you guys a multiplier. So this machine here is a multiplier, and what it does is it takes two inputs. These are the inputs, and it multiplies them. So we have this is the first input, this is the second input, this is the clock input, and this is the reset, because you might want to reset sometime. So I'll show you how it works. So we're going to do let's say we're going to do 3 times 4. Well, let's say 3 times 4, and everyone knows it's 12, but we're going to let this one, or you know what, we're going to do it the other way, so 4 times 3, just because I'm lazy, so I decided to say I'll tell you later, but let's just make it work. So start with pressing reset. Let's see. Now the display should be closed, and this is all binary, you know. And let's press multiply. So here we see the clock run up and running, and here's a counter and stuff. I'll go into detail later, but yeah, that's what the red parts are. So we're gonna wait a bit, and you see it's a bit of a laggy right now, so yeah. Yeah, what can I say about this? This is something I did when I was bored. So you might find some flaws if you dig deep into this, but yeah. This is just a kind of boring thing I did when I was bored, and this, I'll show you this in a future episode, but ignore this for now. We're just focusing on this. So yeah, isn't there some chair we could sit in? Could maybe sit in a boat and wait for this to calculate. Now we're going to wait a bit. It takes some time, as you know, because it's not a multiplier that we have in the ALU. It's just basic addition and subtraction, because you can use that for multiplication and division. But we are doing multiplication right now, so we're just doing multiplication part. Wait. The hell? I must have missed it or something. You know, when you're talking and shit. Let's see. No, we don't. We have a bit left. So let's continue. I think this is the last straw. Or something. So any second, or it's just gonna go through the last part. So jump here, and then here, and then here. It's kind of silent, but you know. There we go. We'll stop the clock here, and we see that the output is 1100 or 12. So let's take a bit more in depth to this. And what this is just a CPU. So the blue part here is the ALU. It's a 4-bit ALU, and it's an adder with an XOR here, so you can invert B, and invert B lets us do 2's complement and subtraction shit. And here's carry to least significant bit, as you might know. Now then the output goes to these registers. There are 4 sets of registers, and here's the output, so I can just read the output when it's done. Here are a 2-bit decoder, so 2 bits, 4 outputs. The pink part is the flag, and this is the write line. So if this gets an input, write the carry, or write to the flag. Then here's the read part. It goes down to the lookup table, and this one travels all the way over here into an OR gate, and here's the input for the jump toggle. This is the jump toggle line in the binary counter, because this is the binary counter as we saw previously in some previous episode. I don't remember when, probably episode 1. But anyways, here's the input to what to jump to. Instead of just putting it as an immediate, I decided to just have them set like this. So this is the jump. Here's the clock. And here's the input. So should we go more in depth into what this is and how it works? Alright, so we're back here, and now we're going to take a look at the program. Now when we're taking a look at the hardware, so we're going to take a look at the software. Now the software itself is pretty easy. I've written up this program to make it a little bit more understandable. So the 0th line is input 1 to ALU. So it takes this input and moves it all the way to the ALU here. Or yeah. And the 2nd line is save it to register 0. Then line 2 is input number 2, which is this one. We'll go to the ALU, and then line 3 is save it to register 1. Number 4 is save to register 2, and I'll have noted that, or yeah, put a note that what this will make is just to clear it. So whatever it is here in there, overwrite it with 0s. That's what we're doing. Then we're going to wait. Now why we're going to wait will become apparent later, but bear with me for a moment. So number 6 is read register 1. So just read the register 1, so it goes into the ALU, and that will make the flag to write on line 7. So line 7 is write flag. On line 8 we have an if statement. If 0 equals true, jump to line 14. But otherwise we'll just add register 2 with register 0. Now why we would add register 2 to register 0 is because register 0 is loaded with the number we're going to work on. So for instance, here we have a 4 loaded. Now here we would have a 0 first. So the first time we do it, we will just load the first with a 0, or with that one, so that one will just be moved there. Now the second time we'll add those numbers together, and we'll get the double of that, and we'll continue like this until we say to stop. Now how to stop? Well, I'm going to explain this. After that we're going to say to register 2 on line 10. Now next we're going to subtract register 1 with register 3. Now we haven't been operating with register 3, but that's because I set register 3 to be read only. So register 3 is always a 1 loaded in. Next we're going to say that to register 1. So we're going to subtract 1. And then we're going to jump back to line 5. So we're going all the way up here to wait. And now, why did I put the wait here? Well, I put this wait here because it's a bit easier. Because what if line 6 would be a very complicated operation that takes a lot of time to do, but still less than 1 clock cycle? Well, since our counter is a bit slow, I just did that for security. Now if you had a faster counter, you wouldn't need to have this, but I'm doing it just for the sake of it. So we're going to back here and just doing like this and everything. But what if 0 is true? Then we're going to jump to line 14, and yeah, we're going here, register 2 to display. So this one just reads the register 2, content of the register 2, and then just moves it all the way, or takes it all the way up here. Yeah. Now what does these two buttons do, maybe you might ask? Well, the first one just starts the clock. That's just what it does. It's just a clock, nothing special. Now the reset, because when you do this you always have to reset before jumping. So I've just set the reset button so you can reset but not jump. So we'll just jump. So I'll reset if I press that. Yeah. So this is basically a multiplier. It does 4-bit multiplication. It's slow, but since it's an addition algorithm and not a multiplier, you gotta bear with that. But I believe this is really cool, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. And yeah, sorry, I had the cold today, so if my voice sounds a bit weird, that's because of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Please leave a like if you liked it, and share it. I might do something more like this in the future, but yeah. So I hope you like this for the 3rd time XD. But yeah, see you next time.